Hello, and thank you so much for joining me on another episode of A Little More Light podcast. In this podcast, we talk about how to not only better your life, but the life of others around you. Because it's so important that you not only make yourself happy, but you live with a vision, with a purpose, so that the world can be better because you are in it, because you exist, because you are a positive influence. And so today we're going to be talking about a very important concept on how to create a community around you of people who not only love and support you, because that's very important to have someone somewhere that you know you could always count on. And when it's not one person, two person, three people, etc., the list goes on, you are stronger for it and you are happier. But it's not only about having people supporting you, it's also about you being of support for others, because there is nothing greater than a feeling that you are helping others. When you help others, you feel like you're fulfilling your purpose, and therefore you feel happy, because the only way we can feel happy is not by buying more things and going on trips and vacation and having fun, but it's actually by doing something meaningful. And when you help others, you feel like your life has meaning and purpose. And so how do we do this? So today we're going to be talking about a concept in Judaism called Achnasat Ochim, welcoming guests into your home. And it's very, very interesting that this is actually considered a good deed, because you would think throwing a party, having a good time, inviting friends is not necessarily a good deed. What's good about it? You're just having fun. You're just having a great time. But in Judaism, it's considered a mitzvah, meaning Achnasat Ochim is one of the highest mitzvahs, so much so that we're told that when Abraham was talking to God, one of the forefathers in the Torah, he told God, he said, wait, I think I see some people that are wandering around the desert. Can you pause a minute? Let me go to them and invite them into my house. And we are told that the mitzvah, the good deed of inviting people into your house, is greater than even talking to God. And so if you are doing something meaningful and you're praying and you're doing something very holy and spiritual, well, that's great. But we are told that inviting people into your home is even greater. And so it's very, very important to understand what's great about it and how do we do it. So we are told that Abraham was chesed. In Hebrew means kindness, the definition of kindness. Abraham was the kindest person that ever lived. So much so that he would do anything and everything for a stranger. Like in this case, when he saw strangers walking around the desert being thirsty, he told them, he says, please come into my house. And they were very thirsty, very hungry, and for them it was really life-saving. And so when he welcomed them into his house, we are told he served them food, and of course he gave them a drink. And then after that, he welcomed them out and walked with them even on their way to the next journey and gave them something for them to carry with. And so he was a great host. And a lot of time, we do things for a reason, and we do things for a reason because it's planned, because we in a way we do it because we think it might benefit us. And in this case, we are told that when you welcome a complete stranger into your home, that's an amazing good deed. Why? Because you're not necessarily expecting something in return, because you don't know the person. The only things that's in your mind when you do such a mitzvah, such a kindness, is just to be kind and good. And so we are told of here of a very, very special lesson. We are told that in general as a person, you shouldn't count. You shouldn't do things because you're expecting something in return. We are told that when you project this kindness, this energy, this light around you, no matter where, no matter what, even to someone you don't know, then we are told that this kindness will come back to you. And so in a way, it's almost like an echo. When you project something out there into the universe, then God is going to project back onto you even stronger, even more powerful. And so it's a very difficult thing to do sometimes. A lot of time, people call me and say, hey, is there a place for me to come for a Shabbat dinner? Is there a place for me in your house to sleep? Is there somewhere in the community someone that might want to welcome a guest? And a lot of time, either it's the right time or not the right time. Sometimes it's difficult, but it's an amazing mitzvah because you don't know what kind of results, what kind of person is going to come into your home and the kind of dynamic that's going to create. And you don't do it for any reason. You do it because it just is. It's good. It's why you're here for. And so I challenge you to not only invite people that you know, but maybe you invite a friend of yours to your house. We talked many times on this podcast about Shabbat, about the power of celebrating with family on Friday night and how that can bring you together. Invite a good friend of yours. And when you invite these friends, tell them maybe you have a friend you want to invite also. It'd be nice to have somebody new. And when you do this, you expand your circle. You create a stronger relationship not only with you and your family, but you create a strong relationship with your friends and you get to meet great people. And what happens in this process is you get the house ready, you prepare the food, you prepare the drinks, you have an amazing event, an amazing evening, but also in your mind, you're doing a mitzvah, you're doing something meaningful. And so it's not just about having a good time, but it's also about doing something positive, about practicing to spread your energy outward, practicing to spread your goodwill to others, doing something without expecting something in return. And so we are told that Abraham created some kind of hotel, some kind of inn where people would come in, and it was called Eshel. Aleph, Shin, Lamed. Those three letters stands for Achila, Shtia, and Levaya, meaning in Hebrew, food, drinks, and welcoming people in your house and also out of your house. And so try to practice this. It's a very simple thing to do. And when you do this on a regular basis, you will see that not only your status will be elevated, but you will feel better about yourself. You will feel like the entire week you're waiting for the opportunity to invite others. And then the entire week after that, you're going to feel so good and so great about it that you will be having not only a more successful week, but a more meaningful life and a more happy life. So today, again, I challenge you as always, go out, invite somebody, call them, make a time, bring them into your home, and you will see. It'll be a great time. Wishing you all an amazing week. And as always, please share, like, and subscribe to the podcast. Thank you so much. Have a good week.